recorded live from Random Secret Studios in the city of Philadelphia and the Delaware Valley.
I'm the Capo. He's the Prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the Pod. Gentlemen, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the Pod. This is episode number 38, and we're going to honor Crazy Curt Schilling, since he's really the only player I can think of that wore 38 of any prominence.
And let me tell you how hard I looked for any other 38s. Just literally any other person who ever put on the number 38 to represent Curt Schilling. But we ran out. I apologize.
Yeah, there pretty much is nobody else in the city of Philadelphia that you could remember wore the 38. I was hoping maybe Paxton was going to pick 38 instead of 30, but it didn't happen for us. So,
I was just hoping maybe we had like a fullback back in the day that like had that. Like what was Richie? Oh God, what's his last name? No, his last name was Richie.
The one Guy, not Guy. Oh, gee, I was gonna say Guy Ritchie. He married Madonna.
Hold on,
John Ritchie.
John Ritchie. That's right. I'm saying John, but I think he wore 40.
Yeah,
so
he was in the 40s. But
that's a fullback number or a random pitcher's number, but that's about it. You don't really get 38s in any other form.
Yeah, it's someone that's gonna get cut when you get that number. So, but
you ain't lying. Or they're on Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, which got cut.
Sorry, you too. Shouts to Bono.
Speaking of Paxton Harrison, this week's guest is not him. It's just us. We've got enough to talk about. We didn't need
what a twist.
We didn't need another Aronson or another minor on the pod. So we just figured we had to unwrap a bunch of stuff. Let's fly through some of the business. Beer of the Pod. I am drinking something from 2SP, the old Pony Boy. Don't forget about our friends at Yards and of course the Larimer.
Had me a lovely Yards Philly Pale. So, keeping it classy, old school. But
old school, such a good beer. Speaking of beer, let's do a little beer news. All right, we are not releasing the name yet just because we want to do it for when 2SP wants to do the PR release. But October 5th, October 7th is the actual brew date. And thanks to the miracle of a multi-$100,000 piece of centrifuge equipment, they're going to be canning this thing on the 27th. We're going to have some kind of events, but the beer is going to be out by Halloween. By Halloween, you'll be able to get it. So just let you know that. This Saturday.
My dude Matt. So I was saying, my dude Matt for Posts and Pints up there. They're all the boys that were requesting some Sons of Ben beers. Those will be shipped up to New Jersey as soon as we can get them. So don't worry.
As long as they got a valid credit card up there, because we ain't giving those guys no freebies.
No. They cash rolls everything around me. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
they don't send us any free Jersey sludge, so we're not sending them any good beer.
Ooh, damn! Half the fan base.
Can't. Well, North Jersey sludge. I'm sorry.
There
North
you
Jersey
go.
Sludge.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Sorry,
I was just in Jersey.
Sorry, Dad. Didn't mean to say that. But Dad's in Jersey, if you didn't know.
Right.
Saturday, viewing parties. Larimer, Kildare's Westchester. Looks like Zed's, because it's a Saturday. It's Zed's in Jersey. We got a couple viewing parties.
The Latimer?
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, that's the fourth location, the Latimer. So the Larimer and the Latimer are going to have a viewing party.
I am a big fan of the Latimer. Just let me know.
They're big fans of you, too. And somebody should get a Latimer beer shirt for Adam at some point. That would be pretty good. 6ABC might even sponsor that.
I'm here for that shit. Let's bring it. Yes, absolutely.
People have been asking. The masks have finally arrived. We will be doing a kind of masks merch membership pickup. I think October 11th, that time. So you can get everything. So just letting y'all know that. Another reminder, Drunken Union Zoom on Fridays. I'm sure they're going to have lots to chat about because it's the day before a game. So if you don't know, Union, what is it, Devin? Union Zoom, Drunken Zoom, something Zoom at Twitter.
It's Our Union with an H, Our.
Yeah.
Our Union.
Not our, but our. Yeah, you can't ever say that right. That just rolls off the tongue. And then Devin, speaking of rolling off the tongue, you got any Discord action?
Discord action, of course, as we always do. It was a fun week in there. Miami game was amazing with all the reactions in there. But this week's winner for the prediction, Keith Sturgeon, guessed the 3-0 victory for the Union. So there you go.
Whoa. Let's back this up. did Keith have? What do you have on Wednesday Cincy game? What, Discord just disregards those
well,
games?
this is why we were
Nobody.
disregarding the Cincy game. Nobody in the Discord guessed the correct result.
Not even
for
Morgan?
Not even Morgan.
Not even
Nobody-
negative Devin.
Nobody even guessed a draw for that game. Everybody had
Suspected Union
predicted a
victory?
Union victory. So,
Wow.
so
That's how cocky
nobody
we are.
got the points there.
Well, speaking of cocky, let's give this thing about 32 seconds of love. The what we're gonna call the trap game that we did predict on this pod, the trap game in Cincinnati. Narrow field, artificial turf, lousy location, Cincinnati. Go. What did you guys think? I didn't think much.
It was a game. 90 minutes of soccer was played. A little bit more than that for stoppage time. Look, I called it. And I hate being that guy. I didn't even think, even when we were on the pod, I was just like, look, that's a trap game. That is a trap game. And in soccer, sometimes a trap game is a 0-0 draw. But that is what that was, And like we were talking about, you said it on the Discord, Devin. Everyone and their mom was like, yeah, we're going to win. It might be 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, but we're going to get the dub. And it's like, no, we're going to get a lovely midweek tie in the middle of Ohio. A place that we historically don't play well in is Ohio. I don't even understand why that's a thing, but I don't believe the Union, did we ever beat Cincinnati in Ohio? Have we ever
in
scored
Ohio? I don't
against
know.
them? Have
I'll
we
do the
ever
research
scored
on this
against
one.
Cincinnati in Cincinnati? I don't think that's a thing.
I don't know. I wasn't worried about that game until we had our friend from Cincinnati Soccer Talk on, and when he started going, "Oh, we suck. You're gonna roll over us," then my Philly got up, and I go,
And it was
"Man,
authentic.
we might lose this shit because they think they suck," and I'm
No,
like,
they're not.
"Damn it."
No one's going to lose to Cincinnati. You will draw Cincinnati, but no one's losing.
Don't you
to
lose
Cincinnati.
because you went to Cincinnati already? Aren't
No,
you
man,
already in
Skylight
the
Chili.
hole?
Look, man, that's probably the best part of Ohio. If we're gonna go to the power rankings of Ohio, I think Cincinnati wins that game.
I mean, you're basically talking about the tallest short person in the circus.
Yeah, man. Sometimes the tallest person in the circus needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
And shout outs to the guys next to Kentucky.
Well, listen, speaking of circuses, David Beckham's three-ring circus came to town. Now, this is a game we can talk about. We had the Sons of Quarantine out there. We had a little bit of a consistent rain flowing. I got to witness Adam working off some excess energy from not being on the capo stand.
I was aggressive.
we got I think a soccer. This got to be a record of some sort. 9 minutes of stoppage time.
Okay, so, and this was the thing. If anyone was there, for the Sons of Quarantine, I don't even know if they heard this on the air. Someone told me they did. I don't think so, but I was yelling for about a good 3 minutes about why 9 minutes is on the board. And look, I was there. I watched the game, so I understood why you could have 6, 7 minutes possible. 9 minutes for a game that was already 2-0 seemed absolutely ridiculous. I believe that you have to take into account what's happening in the game as well as the time wasted. I feel as a referee, if the game's 6-0, giving 10 minutes makes no sense, That's just all right, I'll give them 5. Even though they probably deserve 10, I'm going to give them 5 because no one wants to be on this field anymore. Let's go home.
We didn't even get that much stoppage time in the tournament in Orlando where they had water breaks, for God's sakes.
People were people fell down with cramps and we were like, nah, you're good. But 2 dudes get hurt and we have one head-to-head, which is always dangerous, and you got to take that off. And then it's 9 minutes in driving rain. Are you shitting me?
Now,
And speaking of ridiculous, and speaking of the extra time, the first half stoppage time. I don't know if you guys heard heard JP down there on the broadcast, but that whole series there with the whole stoppage time where there was a guy down injured on the field. It was already at the end of the injury time, but this ref wanted to make sure that we got that goal kickoff and then blew the whistle as soon as the goal kick was hit. It was just the most bizarre thing ever.
Some-
That ref
Some
that
some-
ref pissed off JP so much. I think JP was about to leave the box and go down on the field.
Sometimes refs just need to get some attention, and they just do whatever they can to get a little bit of attention. And it's not just pro; it's the Premier League. We see it in every league. Sometimes these little men need some camera time, and they're just like, hell, I'm going to get it one way or the other. Now, there was a silver lining in the stoppage time. I think Mr. Aronson made the Union and himself a little bit of coin by picking a pocket, dribbling it about, I'm going to say 35, 40 yards, and burying it in the corner. So there was a little like, hey, MLS, thanks for giving us extra time. Boom, let the kid get the third goal in there. So that was actually, that was something I enjoyed watching.
It was the whole performance on Saturday night was just a really, really good time with some weirdness in between. It's just you got to see the youth do their thing again, and I was telling anyone who was going to listen to me yell obscenities, yeah, is Anthony Fontana gonna get looks now? Because he needs someone. Someone's going to look at the last 113 minutes of Anthony Fontana and say, this kid may be able to compete at another level.
Would you be surprised if tomorrow something came out that there was rumors about him already?
No.
I honestly don't think so.
No, why would there not be? And I'm not saying like Hoffenheim, because I'm looking at your shirt right now, but I'm not going to say just like a top club would just come out of left field. Like we're still talking about like maybe Derby County or something like that. But it's still just like, this he has produced in a radical way. And I was telling Matt when he started, I'm like, he's going to get a goal. Like he's going to get a goal. He's going to find a goal. And he took on Blaise bleeping Matuidi one-on-one and got a goal. That's a grown man right there.
Listen,
That's a
I like
grown
the
man.
fact
Yeah.
that he started in the 10. Aronson dropped deep, because I was always under the impression he was going to go in deep for Bedoya, but now he's shown. And when you say is he getting looked at, I'm going, shit, maybe he's getting looked at by us for the rest of this year, next year, as the replacement
Yeah.
for Aronson.
I love
So right now I'm like, ooh, you know what? This year has been Aronson's breakout year. Next year, Fontana's keep the momentum up for next year, and then 2021, 2022 is when he gets his looks from Europe. So we'll see.
You can because look, we talked about this in the beginning. That I think the number one reason why the Union did not sign a number 10 this offseason was they were going to showcase Brendan Aronson. That was what that's what the goal was, Because again, we talk about this all the time. Like, yes, your goal is to win MLS Cup. Your goal is to win the US Open Cup. Your goal is to get the Supporters Shield. You are also actively trying to sell as many youngsters on this team of prominence to good teams to receive money for said transactions as possible. And you don't do that with one of your prized possessions when you're blocking him by number 10 after number 10. So, after last season, when they realized Marco Fabian wasn't as reliable as they wanted him to be, and then Aronson broke out, they were like, we need to make sure that we're going to sell this child. He's not going to be here forever. That's a guarantee. But we want to make sure that he is at the peak when we sell him. And now as rumor has it, or as verbal agreement has it, he's going to a Champions League caliber squad. That is because of showcasing him for half of a season and a tournament in Orlando.
And I think also is we had other needs than the 10 at that point. We had to get, a Brujo. We had to get Montero back in, which cost, Mr. JJ Sugarbuck some money. So there was no way you were getting both of those. And I'll be honest, I'm happy that they focused on spending money on Montero and kept Aronson. And, knock on wood, it's working out all over. So
yeah.
I gotta
that
say,
was one of the things with this game. Our midfield looked amazing. Like we did not miss a beat with that Bedoya, and I understand a lot of his value comes in, off the field things and leadership and whatnot. But Our midfield looked amazing here,
I
and
don't
we're
think Bedoya ever, throughout his career and even now, gets the credit because he's one of those guys that does the dirty stuff. He's what I call a clean player. He does everything fundamentally right, does the dirty stuff. Might slip a finger somewhere in somebody's rib cage and just to win a ball, but doesn't do the flashy things. And in sports, that doesn't get the look. That doesn't get, but he's one of those guys when he's off the field, you're like, damn, we missed him. Except for this game, because Aronson and Fontana filled the roles in for what he did, and you feel like, man, I think Bedoya now can age gracefully within the Union and just become a legend within the team, and hopefully, sticks around for raising kids and coaching or something. And I don't want him to be go. He isn't that old yet. He's what 33 years old. He's got a lot of time left in the MLS, but I think it's one of those things that he gets a little overlooked because he doesn't do the flashy things, but he does those things that you're like, damn, if he didn't do it, no one else was going to. So, thanks,
I
Allie.
think
We still love you, man, even though the kids are shining.
no,
and
and
I'm
I
not
mean
gonna.
he's gonna retire. You would ideally want to believe Alejandro Bedoya is going to retire a Philadelphia Union player because it feels. I mean, like he could go to another club, but that's gonna be that will be the last of his last stints, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because when Alejandro Bedoya came to town, Mo Adu was the quote unquote captain of the Union. And only because of Mo's inability to be on the field did they were like, okay, Tranquilo to Alejandro, and this is how that's going to go. And he took the reins of being the captain of the Union in a way that, it wasn't like how other captains had happened in the Union's history. It wasn't as obvious, like the Brian Carrolls and the Danny Caliphs and all those. Those were like, yeah, duh, that's the stalwart, this man who's been here for forever. But he came in and he just exuberated this version of leadership, yet relaxed and calm, and you didn't he was aggressive enough, but it wasn't this look at me thing. You knew that the words he was saying was behind the scenes and on the pitch. It wasn't in front of the cameras. And he's gonna. I mean, I feel like Ring of Honor, territory for this gentleman. It's like he's gonna go down as one of the club legends already, and it's just like he has so much more to give to this club too, which is the exciting part.
And it's funny how you mentioned, because this is how I felt, and this is just my opinion, and I'm guilty of it. But bringing Mo Adu and his lack of success in a Union kit took the shine off of Bedoya coming in, because I was already once bitten with Mo Adu. You're like, oh, European, U.S. men's national player, Glasgow Ranger, freaking hero. Ali
But it's like,
Bedoya, U.S. men's, Glasgow Ranger. And I'm like, great, what's this guy going to get turf toe too? And we're never going to see him. And then he cuts that stupid ponytail off, and then he's a god amongst men in Philadelphia. So thanks for cutting your hair off, Ali, and thanks for not being Mo Adu.
Now I know we've wavered off the path here of this game, but I'm not letting you transition out of this game
well,
until
are we still
talk.
talking about Cincinnati?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We're
Oh, boy.
going to Miami.
Oh, we're still. We're back in the
w-
Miami game. Okay.
We need to have some Higuain talk here.
Oh, well, we do have a little. Jim's got some thoughts on the Higuain, but I was going to save that for the end of the MLS Union talk. If that, or do you want to get into Jim's thoughts?
Well, first, here's a good topic that we were discussing in the Discord. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this one. Is it better for the MLS on a broad level here if Higuain comes to MLS and he scores a bunch of goals and does great and yada yada, or is it better for MLS if he comes and just busts and completely just does not live up to any potential?
Let me answer that in two parts. One, better for MLS short term if he scores a shit ton. Better for MLS long term if he's a big fat dud. That's better for MLS and the product. That just sends a message to everybody else. If he scores short term, then the MLS machine turns it on and their Twitter, and they've got highlights, and they have ESPN announcers learn how to pronounce Higuain. Yeah. But in the long term, no, they want this. I mean, they don't want, but we want, as the future of the league, this guy to fall flat on his face. Give him a freaking, what are those things that the old people carry? Oh, the walker. Give him a walker and just let him just right down. Yeah. Adam, you?
I mean, look, my whole thought on Higuain was he came to Miami to get a nice tan and to go to Mr. Chow's like for virtually free. I mean, like yes, Higuain is another representative of the retirement league that is MLS. Like, that's the old adage of it. And him coming to Miami is like such a metaphor, it almost hurts. But it's just, the idea that he's going to be great in this league. He's going to score a lot of goals in this league, and he's going to put some prominence into this league where, again, this squad 4 weeks ago had one person of merit on it that you knew, and the other one was Lee Nguyen, and that was it. And we knew other people on the team because we knew McCarthy was on the squad. That was it. Miami was a very makeshift, put together squad. Now that you've added not only an Higuain but a Matuidi on this squad, like, look, they're obviously not in their prime. They're obviously this is a different stage in their careers, but that does add not necessarily legitimacy, but you're going to get more eyes. You're going to get more casuals. You're going to get more people who are like, my friends in Italy are just like, Higuain's in America now? And I'm like, I know, it's crazy.
That bicycle kick
it looked nice.
Inches off. He had
you would have seen that forever.
He had chances, so it's not like he doesn't still have quality. But to answer your question, yeah, it would be great for the long term for the kids to whoop up on him, but he still has gas in the tank, So
what are your thoughts on the PK and the whatever ensued after that, whatever you'd like to call
I
it?
think he doesn't know who he's yelling at because he yelled at about 13,000 people, except the one guy he should have,
which was
would have been. Yeah, should have been Jackie Gleason, who literally almost uppercut him.
He's Super
while he
Mario.
What the hell is Gleason doing
he
there?
jumped
What
on him
is
like
he
a
doing?
fucking a mushroom in Super Mario Brothers.
No, like that's exactly. He looked like he was Super Mario jumping right in front. I'm like, yes. It was just like. But here's the best part about that. 3 parts of it. First, it's disgustingly wet. It's actually kind of cold. He just got off the plane.
It doesn't rain in Italy. It doesn't rain in. Come on, I don't want to hear that.
First off, it doesn't rain like that. At least not. Maybe in Torino, but not the rest of Italy.
Come on.
Yeah, you tell that to my clothes that are still wet. Now, second, and I really want to stress this. Jose Martinez basically insulting him with the capiche hand that deserves its own portrait in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. I need that tomorrow. I need that framed because that was, look, the thing that these guys keep thinking is what they're going to come to MLS is. They're going to come to Major League Soccer. They're going to play for New York. They're going to get a really nice apartment somewhere. They're going to go to really nice restaurants and be less hounded than they would be in their normal countries. That's why they come to America. They want to be famous but not overly famous. Antoine Griezmann can live in Miami and not be mobbed every 14 seconds of his life, as opposed to where he is now. However, they forget about the main components that separate MLS from all these other leagues. One, you got to travel over a continent to get anywhere. You have to go from Orlando to Vancouver.
Not this year.
You have to. Well, normally, even so, you got to go from Miami to Chester. You got to take, there's no flight in the Premier League that is as long as Miami to Chester. So it's
only in
legitimately.
Champions League you have that. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a legitimate thing where that is a complete thing. And here's the thing. We are not as technically sexy. We're not as gifted as a league. It's not as many beautiful players, if you will. So what we'll do? We'll beat the shit out of you.
Oh,
and a lot of these guys are shocked when they get their asses kicked.
Yeah, because they're used to getting protected. Now,
Exactly.
I have something for everyone listening out there. This is very important. Devin, we might have to do a Twitter campaign for this. In this great land of ours, we have the Freedom of Information Act. We need to petition the Philadelphia Union, Channel 17 MLS. There is no way that audio of those guys in that scrum is not
need
picked
that.
up. There's no
that.
crowd noise.
I
The crowd
need
noise wasn't
that.
there. I want to hear how many languages and how many cuss words were going on.
He was
So,
yelling at a
write your-
Brazilian or
Write your
Norwegian.
congressman, a Norwegian, an American. Fontana thought he was yelling at Kai Wagner and got him confused.
And
Yeah,
no,
did you
he
see that?
pushed Kai Wagner.
Yeah.
That was the fun. Kai
But,
Wagner was like, I did nothing.
After the game, Fontana said that that Higuain was like just yelling crap at him, and he thinks he thought he was Kai.
Yeah. So, Freedom of Information Act, get in touch with your congressman, your senator. It's an election year. They're going to listen. We need those tapes because that has got to be just pure classic, like the Tower of Babel coming down and all these different languages just cussing at each other. But, I mean, listen, that besides the Fontana goal, the Elsinho goal, the Aronson pick the pocket goal, that was my other highlight. There were 4 highlights, and it wasn't even him skying that. By the way, can we find him? Because he lost that ball. Can he please pay us back for that damn ball? That's like $100, $200. Like, that thing is still like rolling around in the river right now.
First off, he kicked it into Chester. All right, that like if you look at the direction, the river's behind him. He kicked it into Chester. Anyway, the thing that I find really interesting about that is I'm pretty sure he could have won that game for the Eagles. I just feel like right now, if Doug Peterson had Higuain, he would have been like, kick it. We got this.
Yeah.
Kick
There
it.
you go.
Kick that sucker. We're
Yeah,
good.
64 yards, you got it. But
You got this, man. I mean, what was David Villa's against us? Wasn't that like not Villa? Yeah, no, David Villa's against us. That was like what from half field. You know, these guys can kick it that far. That's fine.
Now, as we talk about this, Savage Jim Curtin did have a thought. Devin, did you see this press conference? Because I missed it, but I was able to tape the press conference and pick up on this.
I was intently listening. Don't
Oh
worry.
my God! So I don't know who the reporter was. I don't think it was Kincaid, but they just wanted to go, hey, I'm facing Higuain. Like, what do you think? And Jim goes, and I quote, I think now you see MLS sends players to Europe, and players coming from Europe are going to Miami just to retire. Enjoy Boca de la Vista.
Boca is nice this time of year.
Yeah, well, Boca de la Vista is where Kramer retired too.
Boca is not terrible, but no.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about that more than anything else is Jim is very on brand with it because it is like what I was saying. You will never truly understand, what MLS is until you get here. And now that he is here, he's about to feel. Will he stay forever? Will he Wayne Rooney and just find a way to get out of America after this? Because
I don't know if he's a player coach.
that was the most rude way you could have ever came into MLS. Like
I only wish we
can't-
were in the stands for that.
Oh my god!
We would have given him so much shit that we would have gotten fined.
But it's just like think about this. Think about this. You are a player who has played in the Champions League. You've played for Juventus. You've won so many titles in Italy, and you come to Miami. You come to play for a club, ran by David Beckham, and it's all brand new. It's going to get a brand new stadium and facilities. It's all fun and that. Your introduction to MLS is you have to get on a plane to Philadelphia. But are you going to Philadelphia? No. You're going 10 miles south to Chester, Pennsylvania. And
South?
how are you going to do Chester? In the driving rain. Against a bunch. And yeah, against a bunch of kids.
Don't care about
Yeah,
you.
against a bunch of kids who give no shits. Like literally, the way that Glesnes reacted was like, "I care not about what you've done before. What have you done for me lately?" And what you did was you skied it over a net.
Man, Higuain just got beat by a bunch of K-pop kids. That was the best.
My favorite part of the whole night, though, was after the 9 minutes expired and we were still chanting, 9 more minutes! We want more goals!
Oh yeah.
Give us chance to score more goals,
Right,
9 more
after
minutes.
Aronson scored, Adam started a 9 more minutes chant.
Just look, man, you're going to give us more time. I would like more goals, 9 more minutes. Come on, just run it
All
up.
right, Devin's giving us the look, so let's wrap up our MLS news. So listen, Devin, Looks like Robert Kraft got off. Not in the way you thought, not in the way we think. My question is, did they use VAR in the federal courts to get him off or no? You don't have to answer. Don't worry about it. Just knowing that Robert Kraft got off, and that's all we needed. Maybe Adam, maybe that's buried. Maybe the New England jokes are buried. I don't know. Maybe.
No, man. Look, man. I am happy that this was what we wasted tax dollars on. Look, I have an entire other thought on the sex industry where, like, what the hell are we even regulating that for like that? But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. Moral of the story is, I'm happy we wasted our tax dollars on finding out if Robert Kraft got a legal or illegal handy. Now, what's real important is how shit New England Revolution are when they play us recently, which is something that I've been enjoying thoroughly.
Well, you get to see that like 4 more times this year, so that's great. Thanks,
know,
MLS
right?
schedules. All right, we've got Saturday night, 7:30. Your Philadelphia Union face the Connecticut FC. Or wait, that's not Connecticut. It's they're up north. What's that team? The Raptors? No, the Blue Jays. No, they're from Connecticut, right? Or
The
Vermont?
Blue Jays? No, the
Well,
Blue
no,
Jays
this
are in
team we're
Buffalo.
playing. Who are
Oh,
we
these
playing?
guys? Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys are from Vermont. That's what
Hartford
I've heard.
FC, yeah.
Hartford FC. Next to my good old Suffield Academy, shout out the Tigers. But yeah, I find this fascinating that somehow we've come to this part of the season and it's in Toronto versus Philadelphia and it's in Hartford. That's fun. That's that's something that I only assumed would happen with an NYCFC game, but I guess we can expand that.
It's a big
Does
game,
Hartford get
though.
an MLS team now?
No, because I don't think they can scrape together the 250 million. But
There's
this
a
is
lot
big
of rich
game.
people in Connecticut, man.
They don't want this in their town. Big game though. I mean, this is for not all the Marbers. How do you say
The
marbles?
Marlboros?
Yeah, the Marlboros. Yeah, this is prison talk.
For all the
But,
smokes.
all the smokes. But yeah, we are. We're. This is for what, Devin? Is this for second place or first place?
This is
now?
for first place. So right now, the Union are now number 1 in the power rankings. Toronto is number 2 now since they beat Columbus. So it's the old 1 versus 2 battle here. And on top of that, you got the standings. Union and Toronto currently right there in second place with Columbus in first. And it's going to be an interesting one for sure.
I'm excited because, like Union TFC matches are always interesting because there's either the Union are so much better than them, so it's not that interesting, or TFC was so much better than us, so it wasn't that interesting. But now you have equal parts of them being both good. They're both high quality teams right now. So this is a matchup that, you're very excited if you're a Union fan, because if you take this down, if you go into Hartford and you take down Toronto, you now have a really strong case for being the best club in MLS. You have a strong, at least the Eastern Conference. I know, unbalanced schedules. Seattle might be the best team. We don't know. We'll never know until the MLS Cup final. However, for now, they say 3 or 4 of the top 5 teams are all in the Eastern Conference right now, and you could be on the mountaintop. And I can make the "we're top of the table" chant, and it actually makes sense this time.
Is Bob Bradley's stupid-looking kid still playing for Hartford FC?
Look, is Bob Bradley's stupid-looking kid still on the U.S. national team? Because what the bleep is that shit? We're still going back to the Bob Bradley, or we're still going back to the Michael Bradley well with the freaking U.S. national team. We got 17 children. We got 15 kids born after 2000 on the team, but still we got Michael Bradley holding down the number 8 spot, because why not?
Here's my only thought on this. Our kids have got a long history now of elder abuse, and I think Bradley gets some. That's my prediction. Devin, 3-1. Put it in the books. What do you got?
3-1. Oh boy, Adam, go ahead before I rain on this parade.
2-2. 2-2.
That's respectable.
That's a 2-2
That's kind of the direction I
tie.
was going here.
Josie, I love him. It's more hate than love, but it is a hate-love. So Josie gets a 2-2. They are not terrible, and they're at their proverbial home. and I like them. Like I like them as a team. So it's like it's hard for me to be like, yeah, the Union got this, but I will say it's a tie. I think it's a good one. I think the Union. I like ties are interesting to me because it depends on how you got it. Is really how you view it. Like if you tie because
Yeah.
you were up and
Yeah.
you tie, that's always like a loss. You know, it just feels like a loss. But if you come back and you tie, that always feels like I mean, it still feels like a loss, but it feels like a much more palatable loss. You know, last week when Chelsea got their dramatic comeback over West Brom Albion, because you know that powerhouse of the freaking Premier League.
They had to come back against that team. You know?
Exactly. But it was a dramatic 3-goal comeback. So I'm like, I felt energized by that tie in the way that West Brom Albion must have felt gutted in every conceivable way for that same result. You know, it's nuts. But look,
It's almost like another team came back against Chelsea today, but we'll talk about that later.
we will talk about that later. Look, man, I'm happy for
We'll
for
get
the
there. We'll
toilet
get there.
bowls. I'm happy
Let's
for
wrap
the
up
toilet bowls.
Toronto first.
Let's finish with TFC. Yeah, I got 2-2. I think we get 2. They get 2. I think it's a cagey match, you know, and then all these goals come after like the 65th minute. You know, I just think we all play that kind of battleship in the first half, and then we'll actually get after it in the second.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction I was going. I think Toronto is a team that, for whatever reason, seems to always have our number for whatever reason, and I could see a draw here, 1-1, 2-2, something like that. Hopefully not, but
They're a bunch of tired old men. It's time to put them to bed. And listen, Saturday night, get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. Did you
It's
just
not like you're
TO
gonna-
me?
It's not like you're going to watch the Eagles or the Phillies. You know,
Well, you can't watch the Phillies. They're
if you want to
physically
see a
not
draw, you
doing
can watch the
anything.
Eagles.
Yo,
if you want to see another
Man,
draw, you can.
the Overwatch League is having the All-Star game, so I might just watch that. Don't tempt me now.
All right, now speaking of other leagues, let's get
League
to
of
it.
Legends.
No, the Premier League. We had some English Premier
Yep.
League action, and Adam, you and I had probably one of the worst days because in the first half, our beloved Chelsea looked like Tottenham before they had an Amazon documentary done for them.
Look, first off, no one gives a shit about the Carabao Cup. Let's just put
No,
that
no,
out
no,
there.
no, 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 no,
Let's
no,
just
no,
put
we're not
that
getting the
out
Carabao
there.
Cup. No, it's
Oh,
not.
are you
it's
talking about
not-
West Brom?
no. West Brom. We
Oh
got
no, I'm
that.
happy about that shit. That shit was great. Devin was talking
Well,
so much shit to us while at
first-
halftime, and I loved that.
Yeah,
First-
I know. At halftime, I'm like, damn, guys, not looking too
Devin
good over
talked
there.
so much shit. I wouldn't even cared if they tied normally, but because of the amount of shit Devin talked, I was just like, vindication! Like, I was like, yes.
I left. I had a previous, but I was meeting the dad and the girlfriend. We were going out on the boat. So first half, I left to go out on the boat, and I didn't even look at the phone. I saw a quick message from Devin like, "Oh, bad first half." You know, I'm like, "Fuck." Phone goes in the bottom of the boat, like not even looking at it.
God damn it.
I didn't look at my phone until I got home. I'm going, what just happened? Like, get out of here. So, you know, okay, Frank, you showed us that you can play the second half. Let's see if we can get a first half together. But speaking of, Devin's team, they got Bale. They greeted him by sitting his man bun looking
what
golfing
was
loving
that?
ass on the bench. And did Dally is Deli done? Is he done?
It would seem that Dele is done. He was not in the lineup today either for the match against Chelsea. He played in the Europa League qualifying against some Algerian team or whoever they played, and yeah, I don't see his future being
And then
with Tottenham.
after the handball, the future coach of the Inter Miami, Josie, just went
Okay.
right down the. How many times is he going to
I
run down the
got-
tunnel? How many times does he have to run down
Wait,
the tunnel during
where
a
are we
game?
going here?
I have a question.
I was just giving you highlights. Just giving you highlights.
So with the Newcastle handball fiasco, that
The Lupe fiasco.
It hurts even more because they came out today and apparently they were told to like let the handballs go a little bit after they were told to get more strict with it, which is why it led to all these stupid handball calls in the Premier League. that nevertheless, yeah, this was a tough one. I don't even know how to explain it. Tottenham were up 1-0, 95th minute. Dyer gets a handball, and it's like it's a handball that has no effect on the game, no outcome on the game. But then they get a penalty in the last minute of the game, and that's that. And it's just those ones hurt. Those ones hurt.
For TV viewers, just getting Jose running up the tunnel, it was worth it. For TV entertainment purposes only, that was just.
You want to talk about Mourinho going down the tunnel? We can talk about the Chelsea game today.
That's up. I just want to make one statement or one question. We'll keep it quick, keep it simple. Is Everton the best team in Liverpool?
Is Everton better than Liverpool?
No, it's the best team in Liverpool.
No.
Just
Oh, the best team in Liverpool.
In Liverpool,
no,
yeah.
Still no. No.
They're top of the table.
Okay, we're 3 games in.
Just
Ask me again in a month.
All right, let's get into it. We had the Sons of Ben the Pod Derby today.
Dobbs.
Dobbs.
No. The Carabao Cup does not count as the Derby. Like, come on, man. Like, look,
Adam,
I will give
Thailand's #1 energy drink.
I will give Devin every amount of credit that he deserves for his club beating my club, especially after all the shit we talked to Devin about how good Chelsea is going to be this season. No, but I'm trying. It is our club, and I'm trying to take possession in the way it's like it's your son. Like it's like when they do something bad, it's just like that's your son over there.
Your kid.
That's your kid. So but legitimately, I'm willing to absorb all of the visceral that Devin probably has stored for good reason. At the same time, bleep that shit. The Carabao Cup don't mean shit. That's the 15th place thing in my mind when I think about Chelsea soccer. I think about the women's FA before that shit. Come on now.
Devin, when you see Timo running down the pitch with the ball in any kind of competition, do you just shrink up as a Tottenham fan and God, he's going to bury that?
That was a strike. That was a howitzer, man. He casually just put that in the bottom corner like it was nothing.
I don't know.
Now, speaking
I don't know
of
what
strikes,
it is about Spurs and Timo Werner, but man, it is not good.
He christened the toilet bowl.
Though, and speaking of stripes and toilet bowls, thank the maker for dark shorts.
Oh my
what
God.
the hell happened to your squad there, Devin?
Oh my God, that's not even real.
Oh,
my man was.
So for anybody who has not seen it, go and look it up now because this was the funniest thing I've ever seen during a football match. Eric Dyer running off the pitch in live play. The game is still going on. Runs off the pitch, runs down the tunnel into the locker room, and Jose Mourinho runs right after him into the locker room.
There's got to be a meme with Jose.
What was he supposed to do there? Was he supposed to help him? Like,
he had the toilet paper. They're in quarantine. He had the toilet paper. I got the toilet paper for you.
I got the
Like, the game is still being played. Chelsea is actually attacking, and our center back is currently in the bathroom. And it's like, what is going on right now?
Your goalie was looking over the ball for how long to do a free kick?
Waiting for him to like, how long?
How many yellow cards can I absorb before this is okay? No, like, legitimately, like, I'm thinking about, like, now, do we have a poop sub in the Premier League? Does this implement the new poop sub?
Or do you, as a sponsor, put a little spotter pot right in the inside of the tunnel so he doesn't have to walk as far?
You know what he probably
There's marketing dollars to be made.
You know what he probably had before the game? Carabao.
Could be.
So then he had to shit.
There you go.
Now, speaking of shitting the bed, Mason frickin' Mount.
No, look, he did well against West Brom though. Win some, lose some, Mason. I'm really excited for us to sell you, but win some, lose some.
Well, here's the good news. I heard a rumor that Mason Mount is destined in under 8 years to go to Miami so he can sail penalty kicks.
I'm pretty sure most of Chelsea is destined to do that, right? Isn't that the logical conclusion of every member of Chelsea FC's to get to enter Miami?
So the preseason Sons of Ben the Pod Derby went in Devin's favor. You won the preseason, Devin. Congratulations. You take that Red Bull Caribou Monster Energy Cup, and I honestly do hope you guys do well in that tournament.
No, we on a real note, we needed this because if we go out against Chelsea in the already the start of the season we've had where we almost didn't even make it through Europa League qualifying against
I saw that. You were
against
terrible.
whoever the hell they're playing. Like I've never heard of these teams before, and you almost lost them. Whatever. It's been a rough start to the season, so falling out of the cup already would have been another nail in the
I
coffin.
feel
there.
good for you guys because you didn't see this, but I was reading the Wall Street Journal, and the rumor is Amazon is going to take over the sponsorship rights to the Caribou Cup. So you guys will be a lock. It'll
There we
be
go.
Amazon Cup, Tottenham, or all. You
So
know,
what's your
it's gonna be
sponsor
great.
right now?
For
Tottenham. What's your sponsor? Like what's on
For
what's
jerseys?
on the front of your chest right now?
AIA.
it's AIA.
It's still AIA. Did it
Yeah.
used to be AIG? Or is that some other club? Anyway, I'm digressing. Moral of the
They
story.
used to be HP. if
That's
what you
well,
mean.
no, that's
That was
not what I was
recently.
thinking. But also, they were HP. I remember that famously. But the really fun fact about this is, I would not be shocked if Amazon became your principal sponsor. Why not? You know, that makes like, does Amazon sponsor a club?
Not yet. Not that I
That's-
know of.
Bezos is
Yeah.
the richest man on the planet Earth. There's no way that he cannot just sponsor
him
a
in.
club.
And his ex-wife is the richest female in the world too.
Oh
so-
my God! I saw a thing on
Yeah.
Forbes that showed all the richest people in the world, and there's only one Walton on that list now. So that just shows you how much money is held by 7 people.
Oh man. So speaking of, well, it's not even speaking of. I just want to go other clubs.
Transition.
Yeah, guys. Why am I tomorrow rooting for a team in Austria over Tel Aviv in the Champions League?
Am I supposed to tell you, or
Is it
are
because
you
Tel
answering
Aviv
this for me?
supporters are historically terrible people?
No, it's because it's our future kids' home club, and I just want them to
Okay.
advance.
'Cause
So
both of
he
these
gets
things are
some
true.
Champions League time when he gets over there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
Salzburg playing Tel Aviv. We're never going to call them by what their sponsor's name is, but Salzburg is.
I'm not as
you know,
butthurt as everyone is over this, but I understand it as a principle. But I'm like, whatever. It's like it's more of hating New York than hating the energy drink to me. So it's like, you know, if he plays for Red Bull Salzburg, that has nothing to do with Red Bull
I had
New York.
some. I had some bad Red Bull vodka nights in my early 20s, so I can hate Red Bull pretty much.
So again, I'm just saying. So if he goes to Man City, do we hate him? We can't get that jersey either. Is that what that is? I'm just making sure we're consistent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd be rooting for the back of the laundry, not the front of the laundry.
Of course, but I'm saying, but would
Yeah.
you purchase the laundry?
No, but if Rusty's out there and he wants to give me a jersey, that'd be awesome.
That's
Thanks,
also
Rusty.
fair.
We love you, buddy.
We do
Yeah.
love Rusty.
We do love Rusty.
That was actually
Um,
fun because Pints and Post, they recognized our interview with Rusty, and they also recognized that the sister is probably the best athlete in the family, and we had a lovely chat about that. That was good times.
All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. So, Adam,
Yes, sir.
Doc Rivers to the Sixers, yay or nay?
Oh my God. But like, you didn't fire Elton Brand. Like, that's the point. You gotta fire Elton Brand. No,
you
he
gotta
can't
fire.
stay. He
You gotta
can't
fire
stay.
the other two guys
He can't
that
stay.
from the Colangelo years that are advising him.
Yes, but everyone must go. Tobias Harris is drinking wine blindfolded while Jimmy Butler is in the NBA Finals with Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and 6 guys you've never heard of.
That's Brett Brown's fault. He didn't want to coach Jimmy.
No, but they also, man, as a GM, you have to override your coach sometimes. And if your coach says, I ain't going to coach Jimmy, your GM looks at you and he says, you play Jimmy Butler and you like it. But
I
Elton
think
Brand
my
got no
man
spine.
didn't have any teeth, and finally this year he's got teeth. But
Elton
we'll see.
Brand got no
So
spine.
listen,
But
is it Doc Rivers, the guy that AI walked over,
Let's talk about
or that guy in Houston that I really don't want? I don't want a guy that runs run and gun offense, doesn't want to play defense, and you've got maybe 4 guys that could be all defense in the NBA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have enough
I
shooters.
gotta think Doc Rivers is our guy.
Like,
I don't want to say it, but
I'm okay with
2008
it.
me hates that.
No, but like whatever. That was again 12 bleeping years ago and 2 squads. Like I'm okay. I'm over it. Like look, the Celtics were good that one year. They sold their soul for a championship. They're never gonna win. And then they gave themselves Jason Tatum, but he's gonna be a superstar. But they ain't gonna win anything anymore. I can tell now. Anyway,
All
moral
right,
of the
so-
story is yes, I will take Doc Rivers on this team. He can be my coach moving forward because no one has presented me a better option.
No.
And Jay
And-
Wright's like, I'm good, as he should be. So I'm
No,
like,
I wanna- yeah.
So yeah, give me
Now-
look, just give me Doc Rivers. I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Here's the last bit of depressing news, and I'm going to say it as nice as I
Fire
can.
Matt Klentak.
Oh God, yeah. But no, congratulations, Tampa Bay, winning their second Stanley Cup within 20 years, where our
That's so
Flyers
That's so
haven't won a Stanley Cup
That's so
since Devin's father wasn't alive.
Can we talk? Can we talk about the fact that both you played? First off, here's the thing. Why was the final not played in Toronto? That to me was like, why would you choose Edmonton over the 2 cities to play the final in? Who was excited about? I mean, like I know most of these boys are Canadian, but like they were like, yeah, we want to go to Edmonton right now. That's where we want to be hanging out. No.
Does it matter?
Yes, I think in
The
principle.
Peeler bars are closed in Canada, aren't they? They
They
can't
are,
even take the. They
but-
can't even take the club to a strip club. Come on.
But
the
you
club to a strip
literally
club.
only have to take the trophy 6 blocks from the Hockey Hall of Fame to the Scotia Bank Center. But anyway, secondly, this is really important. How fun is it that a cup was finally won in Canada by a Floridian team? Like,
Florida's going to Florida.
and it was played between a team between Texas and Florida. That was our Stanley Cup this year, man. America has ruined that sport for Canada. we have wrecked. Quebec City still can't get a squad, and we let Dallas play Tampa Bay for a cup.
Breaking news: Canada's official sport is now luge
No,
or curling.
the amount of people
They've
I
given
know
up on
who-
hockey.
the amount of people I know in Tampa who are just like, I guess I'm a hockey fan now, and they're like, but the Rays are also in first place. Like Tampa Bay is living their best bleeping life right now. Between the Rays, between the Lightning, between Tom Brady, the Rowdies aren't even terrible. They're living their best life.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Tampa Bay. Now I'm depressed. So
Go ahead, St.
Hey.
Petersburg.
we've got Saturday action. That's all I want to hear about. I want to burn Joe Carter's pictures. I want to burn Kawhi Leonard's triple, quadruple picture. Everything that city I want to burn.
Don't
so
ever mention Kawhi Leonard without me in your presence, so I can't punch you in the arm.
yeah. So listen, let's go Union. Devin, did we miss anything in housekeeping?
That's it. Let's wrap it up.
Devin, Adam, this was the crazy Kurt Schilling episode. Hopefully we can find a better number for next week. And guys, go Union. Let's get for number 1 in the power rankings. Everyone, wash your hands.
Send